Lorene B. Biller, and I'm from Matthias, West Virginia. I live over in Jenkins Hollow.
And I'm Della Miller, and I live just right up the road, about a fourth of a mile. Oh, I loved it. Yeah, I loved it. This creek out here holds a lot of memories too, and this rocks. We used to play, was it Prisoner's Bay, or kick the can, I guess. And we had to kick the can down here where your fence goes along, and we kick it, and then and there was someone there at this can. He had to go get that can set down before he could run and tag us, or they could. And we'd climb this hill, only with certain teachers. Climb these rocks up clear to the top, slide back down, cross. There was, along here somewhere, was a pole, a floodgate. They called it a floodgate to keep the sheep and things in from going out through the creek. And we'd walk across that to get back up to the schoolhouse. When I went down there, most of the time, the little room at the schoolhouse was a kitchen. And we had cooking, we had meals there. My sister cooked there one year, and I was just small. But I remember that we always had vegetable soup, and I think it was on Friday. And I always wanted to get out to play, so I always learned to put milk in my vegetable soup to cool it down. I still like it. They had pretty good meals. The cooks was Jenny Cullers, cooked for a long, long time, and yeah, most of them, they were good meals. I know the county would bring over. Of course, we had to carry our wood in off the wood pile, which was back of the schoolhouse, and so the teacher would let some of the upper classes go and carry this wood in after the last period. Well, the county would bring over. They had dried peaches and dried fruit. Well, we would get, while we was carrying wood in, we got hungry. And those dried peaches tasted really good. Oh, we had everything. We had math, of course, English literature, and spelling, writing, music, journalism, history, science.
History, yeah.
I mean, the teacher, I don't see how she could teach. Now, when I got up in maybe the 6th, 7th grade, after I would get my schoolwork done, I'd help her with, they even had the class they called primer, which I guess is kindergarten now. And I'd go help the younger kids with some of their work so she could go on with the other classes. So the flag was always put up every morning, and we would stand on the porch and salute the flag and say the pledge. Then we go in the schoolhouse and take our seats. We always same seat every, our books went in under, or this way, whichever way the desk was. And then we'd have a verse from the Bible read, and then a little prayer. And I think I think that was very important to the kids, to everybody, because in this holler, everybody was raised in the church, believing in God. And the schoolhouse was a church for so many years. We go to school 5 days a week now on Sunday, and it wasn't no denomination. I think the Mennonites taught most of the classes, but it didn't matter to us up in here what for denomination. We all went for the same purpose.
Well, we'd have socials, wouldn't we?
Mm-hmm. The teacher would have a social. What that meant, we would have things. She'd have fixed things to cook, to sell, to eat. Usually it was that. And we had a neighbor, Lee Cullers, that played music, and his family all did, and they would play music at these social events. And everybody would bake a cake or a pie, and they auction them off. And she would have it so she could buy a lot of the kids, like pencils and papers, because none of us up in here at the time I went to school was rich or had any money. So, if we was to get a spanking at school, we was getting one at home. The teachers most of them was always right. And if we got to the schoolhouse and there wasn't any school, then we went over to Gary C's, which was Nolan's dad, mom, and they'd pop popcorn, we'd play cards or checkers. Christmas, we always had a Christmas play. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Lot of fun. They put a curtain. Now first time I ever used this little room, what we call the little room one that way, but the big room there would be the teacher would get up there. I guess she had someone to help her. Would put a curtain clear across the room, and we'd have the play. And parents would come to it because they thought it was so funny. And once or twice a month, one of the teachers from out in Virginia, Martin wasn't it, and we'd have singing every Sunday evening or on Sunday evenings. Well, I don't know if you heard his name mentioned, John Jenkins. Like I say, he lived right there as you cross the road, and he was such a singer, he could sing so good. We'd have to sometimes go after him. He'd be asleep. We'd have to go after him. But that old schoolhouse just roared. It just roared. You could just. Those are the happy times. I don't think the children have it now. The kids have it nowadays like that. I guess they have other things, but. The only thing I can say they're missing an awful lot now.
Yeah, friendship,
closeness, a family. Yeah.
They need to use more pencil and paper.
Yeah. Right.
That's what I tell my little grandchildren.